in New York. And then to round out the cast, Joey Clem, brother of Anthony, two-time state placer and also a Nationals finalist. So a pretty impressive class of 6 for Tim Flynn's Mountaineer squad.
No, did a really nice job in the recruiting trail. Well, the last couple of years, right? You're building relationships with people, and recruiting is obviously about relationships. You don't meet somebody like one day and then 2 days later they sign with you, right?
Not usually.
No, that's not really how it works.
Austin Cooley and Ben Smith. We were talking about them in the open. We talked about them a minute ago. Cooley's battled rib and high ankle injuries in his career. Smith has battled some elbow injuries in his. Both of these guys have wrestled at high levels before. Smith, the first ever MAC champion in Cleveland State history in 2022. Cooley healthier than he's ever been in a Mountaineer singlet. He was a guy that Tim Flynn was glad to have come into his program, a transfer from Pitt. They liked a lot of what he was able to do, and I think you're more excited now when you look at him and you see how he can be when he's healthy.
Well, I mean, anybody healthy has been injured every day, right? So I think finally get a chance to come in and wrestle and kind of be yourself, right? Instead of fighting things all the time. And then you get to actually work on improving. And there's a pretty good amount of improvement that goes on, you know, as the year goes along, as you get a little bit better in certain positions. And
sure.
I mean, you spend the whole offseason like that, but once you get into the matches, once you start doing that, now I've got real-time feedback, right? Which is technically what the match is. It's feedback about where you are, what's working, what's not, what adjustments you have to be able to make, the difference between whether you're able to keep somebody from scoring versus you being able to score or ride them for another 10 seconds, whatever the heck it is.
To dork it down a little bit, it's really all data processing.
Right.
What works, what doesn't.
Right. If it was just as simple as the data, right, and then you got to execute, right? So there is that part of it, and the other guy's not so cooperative most of the time, so.
That is why it's a sport.
Yes.
It is a competition.
It is, just a little bit.
Locking horns with 30 to go in the first. Austin Cooley out of Somerset, Massachusetts. Ben Smith from North Canton, Ohio. His head coach Josh Moore thinks a lot of Smith. Always steps up when he needs to. The phrase that he used to describe this redshirt senior. Looking for his 80th win in a Cleveland State singlet.
Now it looks like we're going to end the first period scoreless, which I think is the first time that's happened in the whole duel.
I think you're right.
The first 2 matches, I don't think we've got a 0-0 score. Heck, we had a technical foul in the first period a couple of times. So,
welcome to the new world of wrestling.
Yes.
With a 3-point takedown. Like jackpots at the casino, just the totals continue to pile up.
There you go.
Escape point for Smith.
Nice
Conley gets
shot.
a double in, but Smith slips out.
Stalemate.
Really nice shot. How was he able to finish?
It was just a nice shot and a nice counter, right? I mean, he was in on the shot, but a nice job by Smith in terms of reading the pressure and changing the direction a little bit. And, you know, if he goes in and he didn't really stop. It was sort of Smith that stopped him, but he goes in and keeps working the corner. He might have a better shot at that. But again, these guys are 197 pounds. It's not like they're, you know, that's some force and momentum that you're dealing with. It's all physics. You were talking about data processing. That's all physics right there.
You can get there with a shot. That doesn't mean you'll be able to finish it. The single this time for Cooley.
Nice job there.
Tries once to sweep the leg. There's the second shot. Cooley was down 0-1 in the count. And he comes through with a hit.
Well, it was a nice job in terms of staying on the single leg, switched up his tactic a little bit, went with that forward trip and was able to get himself that 3-point takedown. and more importantly, get on top for a little bit. See if you can build up, not just a, well, there's the escape. Got 20 seconds left in the period.
Forward. Your movement, your ties. Let's go.
Oh,
There's Smith with a shot to the leg.
Nice shot by Smith, but again, a good counter by Cooley. So the challenge with a lot of these shots, take a long shot, you're trying to work your way to the corner, which means you're turning a long distance. They get that good cross face, and the opponent's coming in on that pretty easily. So nice job of shooting, a nice job of countering. Here he's trying to trip the back leg, didn't work. Adjusts his grip just a little bit, and then there's a front trip. Bang.
Back door was locked, the front door wide open. I did not notice the subtlety in the trip the first time, to be honest with you.
I've picked up a couple of things over time. I noticed a few things here and there. A couple. Two.
Exactly two.
That's it. I'm out for the day. We're going to struggle in the next match. I don't have any left.
2 is the deficit in this bout between Cooley and Smith as we're in the third. I really have the feeling for Cooley that another takedown would just about put him where he needs to be.
A little punch in the side of the head. That time we took a little right cross to the head.
Cooley and Smith weigh their options.
So the biggest issue most of the time, move your feet, right? Don't get your feet stuck in like concrete, right? Keep moving your feet a little bit. Changes your patterns up a little bit. So it also makes it a little tougher. When he takes a shot, I can move my center of gravity a little bit better when I'm balanced from that side of it. Other than I get my foot stuck in the mat and he takes that shot, and Cooley does a nice job just trying to stretch him out. See him try to stretch out that side, go to the other corner, and there's the 2. Good. Does he give him the takedown? Yes,
He's got the
takedown.
takedown. Smith shot the single. Cooley comes back with a shot, and he's up by 5.
Well, you'd like to see
a lift and a throwdown. He could not turn that into points. And now Smith's got the leg, but they're out of bounds.
So, see, Smith takes that shot, but he's a little extended. Cooley does a nice job. See, he pushes his hip away a little bit. And then as Smith tries to fight up, there's a shift to his double. Nice job takedown.
Tim Flynn loves it. A lift from Smith, and there's a takedown for Smith. And Smith gets the takedown, and
he's going to get a 2-point near fall.
He's going to get the near fall, and that allows him to win the match. Well, how do you like that?
Got to wrestle all the way to the end, right? You got to wrestle all the way to the end. Does all that work, and then gets his hip out of the position, drives right through it. So here's the shot. Boom. You know he's coming. Usually what you want to do is have your shoelaces on the mat so they slide away. That's not the case. Smith does a nice job of driving through it, puts him on his back, gets the near fall on it. See, just drives right through. Bang. And there's the near fall right here. It traps him on his back. Only needs that 2 count for 2 points and wins the match 8-7.
And you notice
nice job by Smith.
The second referee came in